Alrighty, hey traders, market update time for you guys. Looking at the stock market, gonna be looking at the gold, silver, interest rates as well too, guys. Interest rates are starting to do the thing that I was talking about, so let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, make sure you head on down to johnsfreegift.com. Grab that free trading course. This is actually 5 phases. There's 5 phases in there. It goes for roughly around 5 hours long in total through all the different trainings, through all the different phases. About 5-6 hours here, somewhere about there. So if you need help with your trading right now, grab access to that free trading course. Especially if you are struggling with your trading right now and you and you're finding it very, very, very difficult in your trading right now. Phase number 1 is really going to help you because I'm going to walk you through the biggest mistakes you're making right now, but then also how to overcome them. So go check that out. I know you're going to absolutely love it. So let's get straight into the markets now. And we'll start off with the good old Nasdaq in the market. So the Nasdaq actually has continued to start. It was continuing to roll over now, where we're actually seeing with these markets. So we're still getting this overall sort of pullback through here on the Nasdaq, but we're still very, very, very slow. This is actually looking really dangerous right now, and I believe we're getting ready for some. I believe we're on the edge of having a big down move. We've actually come up. You can see here that we've actually come up and created this double top formation through here on the Nasdaq, and then now we're slowly going down, slowly going down. You can see here on the bars. Let me bring this up. Let me actually show this here. So on the bars, you can see how that we have this high, lower high, and lower high through there, right? So these lower highs all the way down. And so we can see that through there. So we're actually continue to get this weakness. So I wouldn't be too surprised to actually see something like that in the markets coming through there. On the S&P 500, same sort of thing. But we actually broke out of this pattern through here. So you can see we actually slightly broke out of that pattern that actually happened within the stock market. So we can see that pattern that actually formed through there, really big, right? Double top, and then now we're actually slowly breaking out. So we're continuing to roll over here. And so this is a big thing I've been saying for quite some time, that this whole thing here is just one big pullback, and we're probably going to get that soon as well too. So move over now through to the Dow Jones, and the same sort of thing on the Dow Jones as well too. We've actually been starting to pull back through here after rejection. We had a lot of support through here. Then we actually had a lot of resistance through here. We're going sideways, and now it looks like we're starting to get ready. So I believe we're on the cusp of having a big down bar. We're actually slowly starting to roll over now. So I believe we're getting ready for something big to happen to crack this market on the downside through there. If we have a look at things like XLF, which is the financial sector, is actually not looking too good as well. You can see here we had a high, lower high, and then we have this lower high through here as well too, right? So we continue to make these lower highs in the markets. So remember, the trend is your friend until the end, right? And then we're getting what? We're getting a pullback through here. So it looks like the financial sector, this market's about to take a big hit. Because if we get something like that, we're about to see a lot more redness on the screen from there. So the financial sector is definitely one that I'm watching. We continue to go sideways through here. And actually it could be trade for me as well too. So I'm really watching that as well too. Let's go have a look at gold here. So gold actually came down to my long-term level of support and bounced off it today, right? We got the bounce. That's it, guys. The bottom's in. Here we go. Not just yet. So let's actually see through here. So the thing that I'm noticing is that, as you can see, right, we actually got this long-term level of support. Look what happened today. We came all the way down to it, and look where we bounced. This is where, for you guys that don't believe in technical analysis, these longer term major levels of support do come into play, right? They do come into play because, as you can see, this is back in 2018, 18, and then also through there, which was in the middle of 2019. And now look what happened now. We came down where? Look what happened today. Let's zoom right in on the 3 month. Look what happened today. We came down and we actually bounced right off that line today. this is where longer term, these major levels of support and resistance do come into play. And that's where, like, I look at something like, I look at something like, say, the Nasdaq, and I look at the longer term charts. Oh, did that delete? I hope not. It did too. It deleted. Okay, let me actually draw this trend line again, right? So we do come into play. So the whole thing about this is, you can see here, we had this major level of support through there, and then we had this major, see this major support through here, major support through here. So if I just do like a bit of a thickness as well too through there, you can see how we're getting very, very close to this support level through here. So if the Nasdaq does get down to this level here, guess what's probably going to happen? We're probably going to get a very, very strong bounce out of that there. So it's just looking at those levels through there. That's what I'm talking about through there. Moving on out through to silver, and silver actually had the longer term charts. When it comes to silver, the weekly charts actually have a lot of support. That's the reason why we're getting a bounce today. We've actually come back down to this next level of support, and you can see here that we actually had what? Resistance, 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 and look where we are now. We're right at that level. So, and then guess what? We're probably likely to get a bounce. And as you can see today, look what happened. We came down, we had a little bit of a bounce. So we could quite possibly get a bit of a flush down first. We may get something. If we get something like that first, then it's probably going to turn around, then come back up and have a bit of a pullback, or we may go sideways for a bit and then continue down. So looking at that, and then we look at, say, the mining sector as well too. Mining sector did pretty much nothing today, but we are still continuing this overall downward movement through here on the GDX. Looking at the SIL as well too, and you can see it's sort of the same thing as well too. We are continuing to make this high, lower high, but now we're getting very long in the tooth, right? What I mean by that is we've had a big move down, and then we've had an overall pullback. Have a big move down, we're probably going to get an overall pullback, and then another big move down, right? That's the reason why when the market goes down for quite some time like it does here, it's the worst time to short the market. Wait for the pullback, then try to jump in on the next leg. Wait for the pullback, try to jump in on the next leg, okay? That's the whole nature of that beast through there. Big thing I really want to share with you is interest rate. Something I've been talking about when it comes to the interest rate. So let's bring up the 10-year here. And the 10-year also is starting to do exactly what I really saw happening, which is a head and shoulder formation. I've been calling this out all this time. So we can see here that we have a big move up, down, back up towards the head, come back down, and now we're developing here. So we should start to see something like this, and then interest rates really starting to fall off a cliff, especially if we break the 2.8% level, right? Let's actually zoom right in here. If we break this 2.8% level through here, that's that low. That was the last low. We're now creating a lower high. If we come back down and do something like this, and we break that through there, then guess what? Interest rates are getting ready to be thumped, absolutely thumped. That's the 10-year, and then also you can see the same thing on the 30-year as well too, right? So you can see up, down, up, down. We're starting to get this lower high through here. If we break this low through here, we get something like that moving forward, then we're probably likely to see something like that moving forward in the markets through there. And that's what I'm seeing through there, guys. Let's have a quick look at the old just Bitcoin and stuff like that as well too. Bitcoin, bit of a nothing day today, so I'm expecting a lot more downside to happen with Bitcoin. It's actually creating the same formations that it has done in the past, right? Have a big move down, then we go through a pullback. Right after the pullback, we have a nice move down. We're going through a pullback. What's probably likely to come next? And then what you'll find is a lot of these overall phases, they generally happen in 3 or maybe even 4, but most of the time it's 3. It's or 3 stair steps, right? When we start the move, we go through stair step 1, stair step 2, and then stair step 3 is really where it ends, and it starts to do something like that. But you can see you have 1 stair step, which is this first stair step here, 2nd stair step, which is this stair step here. So there's a high probability we're going to start to see something like this happening with the good old Bitcoin through there. So there we go, traders. I hope this helped you out. Make sure you head on down to johnsfreegift.com, grab that trading course, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.